I was born a Muslim and I lived to the age of 9, and then at 9 I came to America to go to school and I was introduced to what Christianity was. But then at that point in time, I still chose to practice my own religion that my parents put upon me, and then came back home and never choose to convert over to Christianity.
Right.
I was surely introduced to it and heard about it, and maybe even somebody like you had to speak with me and told me that I should live my life in this order, this fashion, if I wanted to go to heaven. But I chose not to believe in you and chose to go back home and keep practicing the religion that I was born with. Does that mean that I'm going to hell?
When this Muslim asked if he would go to hell because his religion, Cliffe replied with a biblical answer that opened this man's eyes.
Now, there are two parts to my answer. The first part is I'm trying to dynamite out of the water for you as quick as I can the idea of Christianity. Sir, there is a big difference between Christianity.
The Christian way, I'm sorry. Not Christianity. Live my life by the way of Christ. Let's not say Christianity.
Okay, good. I like it, but it's still not enough. I have a lot of atheist friends who live the Christian way. Meaning by that, I ask them, how do you live? And they say, well, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Sounds pretty good to me. Comes right from Jesus. But see, they're atheists living that way here in the United States. My neighbor does. All right? So, the issue is putting my faith in Jesus Christ, which means, Jesus, I'm trusting that your God in human form come to rescue me from sin and death and hell by bleeding and dying on a cross for my sin. And I ask you, Jesus, not the church, not the Pope, not whoever, a priest or minister, I ask you, Jesus, for forgiveness, and I put my faith not in an institution or a cultural system. I put my faith in you, Christ. Here's the second part of my answer, which I hopefully gets right to your question. Anybody who hears about him, not about Western Christianity, but about Jesus Christ, anybody who has the opportunity to get to know Christ and rejects Christ, Jesus clearly says you're rejecting God, you're choosing to live your life separate from God, you will go to hell unequivocally. The difficult question this gentleman asked is, well, what about those people who don't have the opportunity to hear about Christ? How is God going to judge them? Or let's say they just hear about the Pope out there in Rome somewhere. See, I don't know how God's going to judge that person because Jesus never nailed it. He never specifically answers that one. So for me to stand here and say this is what he's going to do would be presumptuous because he doesn't say. And all I am out here is Jesus mailman. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. I read what Jesus said and I'm communicating it as clearly as I can to you. So unequivocally, Jesus says, you hear about me and reject me, you are going straight to hell because you've sinned, you've done wrong, you reject my death on the cross for your sin, you'll have to pay for your own sin.